Hello children, welcome back to 8th standard biology class. We have discussed about the hormones secreted by endocrine glands in the last class. Mostly we have discussed about thyroxine hormone secreted by thyroid gland and insulin hormone secreted by pancreas. We were discussing, I hope we have discussed what is simple goiter is. Suppose if thyroxine hormone is not secreted in sufficient quantity, what happens? That is mainly due to insufficient quantity of iodine in our diet causes this problem called simple goiter. Iodine is very essential for the proper functioning of the thyroid gland, means to secrete its hormone thyroxine. As I said, thyroxine hormone is an amino acid in combination with iodine. If iodine is not sufficiently intaken in the diet, what happens if we do not take sufficient iodine in the diet? You might have observed in the packet of table salt what we bring, in that iodized salt is written. Why should we take iodized salt? This iodine is very essential for the proper functioning of our thyroid gland to secrete its hormone thyroxine. So suppose if iodine is less in our diet, thyroid gland will not produce sufficient thyroxine hormone, so that the thyroid gland enlarges and the throat region, here the neck region, becomes swollen because of the enlargement of thyroid gland. So if it is severe, the gland itself will be removed by surgery, or suitable medical treatment may cure the problem. So we have to include sufficient iodine in the diet in the form of iodized salt, or sea fish contain iodine, that can be included in the diet. Seafood contains iodine, which can be included in the diet. So thyroxine hormone, what is the function we have discussed? The metabolism of carbohydrates, proteins and lipids is the function of thyroxine hormone, so that it helps in the growth of the body also, because by regulating the metabolism of carbohydrates, proteins and fats, it helps in the growth of the body indirectly also. Hence this hormone is also called personality hormone. And another hormone what we have discussed is pancreas, another gland. It secretes a hormone called insulin. Hormone called insulin. What is the function of insulin and when it is secreted? Suppose whenever the blood glucose levels are high, this insulin is produced in the sufficient quantity, means this excess of glucose will be converted into glycogen, and when the blood glucose level comes to normal, insulin secretion will be reduced. So whenever there is rise in the blood glucose level, insulin is secreted from the pancreas in more quantity, and when the excess of glucose gets converted into glycogen and the blood glucose levels comes to normal, what happens? The insulin secretion will be reduced, so that the blood glucose levels come to normal. So what is the function of insulin? It regulates blood glucose levels. Insulin regulates blood glucose levels. Suppose if insulin is not produced in the sufficient quantity, what happens? Insufficient quantity of insulin production results in a disorder called diabetes. You might have heard of a problem in your house. Your grandmother or grandfather may be suffering from You might have heard of sugar problem. What it is called? Diabetes. So it is nothing but what we call sugar problem. Diabetes or sugar problem, which is due to insufficient secretion of, it must be secreted in proper quantity. Suppose if it is secreted in insufficient quantity, insufficient secretion of insulin. What happens when the insulin is secreted in insufficient quantity? What happens? The blood glucose levels rise and glucose will be excreted through urine. This problem is called diabetes. The patients suffering from diabetes will have some more symptoms also. Frequent urination, thirst and tiredness also, and rise in the blood glucose levels and excretion of glucose with the urine. So these are the symptoms of diabetes. When it is caused, diabetes problem will be caused when the pancreas will not produce sufficient quantity of insulin. Due to insufficient secretion of insulin from pancreas, leading to a problem called diabetes. Means the blood glucose levels rise and this excess of glucose will be excreted through urine. This problem is called diabetes. Diabetes mellitus also. At least remember diabetes. So now I hope you have understood what is the function of hormone insulin. It regulates the blood glucose levels and what is the disorder caused. So whichever hormone secreted from endocrine gland, it must be secreted in adequate quantity. Suppose if it is secreted in less quantity also, people suffer from some disorders. If it is secreted in excess quantity also, people will suffer from some disorders. So it must be always, the hormones must be secreted in adequate quantities. Otherwise, we suffer from one or the other disorders. So this is about insulin secreted from pancreas. Now, another hormone secreted from pituitary gland. You have already learned the endocrine glands testis and ovary, which secrete the sex hormones called testosterone and estrogen. The secretion of these hormones is under the control of the hormones secreted by pituitary gland. So pituitary gland produces many hormones. Pituitary gland, where is it present? It is present at the base of the brain. Present at the base of the brain. Base of the brain. So it secretes many hormones. Hormones which pituitary gland secretes hormones which regulate the activity of other glands or secretion of other glands. Secretion of other glands also, like testis, ovary and adrenal glands. So that pituitary gland which secretes many hormones, out of which some hormones regulate the secretion of other glands or activity of other glands also, will be under the control of hormones secreted by pituitary gland. And not only that, this pituitary gland also secretes those hormones which regulate the secretion of other glands. You will learn in higher classes. For example, luteinizing hormone and gonadotropic hormone, which stimulate gonads, means sex glands, testis and ovary, to secrete their hormones. Gonadotropic hormone, luteinizing hormone and TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. So this thyroid stimulating hormone stimulates thyroid gland to produce its hormone. So the secretion of Hormones from testis, ovary, thyroid gland and adrenal glands will be under the control of hormones secreted by pituitary gland. About those hormones you will learn in higher classes, and it also secretes a hormone called growth hormone. Growth hormone. So, which is the hormone secreted by pituitary gland? Growth hormone. As the name tells, what is the function of growth hormone? It regulates physical and mental development of the body. So, growth hormone is responsible for physical and mental development of the body. Physical and mental development of the body. Helps in growth, development of the body. Means growth and development. Growth and development. So what is the function of growth hormone? It helps in growth and development of a person. And even as I said, if this growth hormone is secreted in more quantity prior to puberty, what happens? The growth rate will be very high and the person becomes very tall. This condition is called gigantism. So growth rate will be very high. And suppose if this growth hormone is secreted in less quantity prior to puberty, the person becomes very short. You might have observed very short persons, dwarfs, what we call. This condition is called dwarfism. So, insufficient secretion of growth hormone prior to puberty causes dwarfism, and more secretion, excess secretion of growth hormone prior to puberty causes gigantism. More growth rate means the person becomes tall. So that is due to growth hormone, which is responsible for growth and physical and mental development of the body. Physical and mental development of the body. Growth, and in other words, growth hormone helps in growth and development of the body. This is about pituitary gland, and there is another gland called adrenal gland. Where are adrenal glands situated? There are two adrenal glands on top of the kidneys. Adrenal glands. Adrenal glands present on top of each kidney. On top of each kidney. So these adrenal glands secrete a hormone called adrenaline. Many hormones it secretes. Adrenaline. Cortisone, another hormone which regulates salt balance in the body. Maintains salt balance in the body. That you will learn in higher class. And very important hormone secreted by adrenal glands is adrenaline. It is called emergency hormone. Emergency hormone. So adrenal gland secretes a hormone called adrenaline. Hormone secreted by adrenal glands is adrenaline. It is called emergency hormone. Why is it called emergency hormone? It is secreted in excess quantity during fear, anxiety and emotional stress conditions. So in these emergency situations, this adrenaline means when it is secreted in excess quantity during emergency situations such as fear, anxiety, emotional stress conditions. This hormone is secreted in excess quantity. secreted in excess quantity by adrenal glands. What this hormone does when we get fear, anxiety, or when we are in deep sorrow or emotional stress conditions, these hormones prepare our body to face these emergency situations by coordinating some activities such as raise in the heartbeat, respiration rate, so breathing rate increases, respiration rate increases and heartbeat raises, and there will be more blood supply to muscles of the legs, so that it helps in the eyes become very large. Because of this hormone, there are many changes occur in our body, so that we can face these emergency situations properly. So this hormone is called emergency hormone. So why is adrenaline is called emergency hormone? It helps us to, what is the function of adrenaline hormone? During emergency situations such as fear, anxiety and emotional stress conditions, adrenaline is secreted in excess quantity from adrenal glands and helps in increasing the heartbeat rate, respiration rate and blood circulation increases to muscles of our legs, so that it helps to come out of that danger or emergency situations, so that it helps to prepare the body to face the emergency situations. So this hormone is called emergency hormone. Otherwise you imagine, suddenly if we get afraid of from any situation, our heart may stop functioning, but that will not happen. That emergency situation will be tackled neatly by the secretion of adrenaline hormone. It helps to prepare the body to face the emergency situations. By how it helps us to face the emergency situations? By increasing the heartbeat rate, breathing rate or respiration rate and blood circulation increases to muscles of the legs, etc. According to the situations, it brings changes in the body and helps in facing the emergency situations where properly and successfully we will come out of the danger. So this hormone is called emergency hormone, which is the adrenaline, very important, secreted from adrenal glands present on top of each kidney. So this is about adrenaline hormone, and you will learn in detail about all these hormones in the higher classes. In 10th standard you will learn. Now let us move on to the next topic. Are there hormones in other animals also? Do other animals also secrete hormones? Yes, hormones are secreted in other animals also. Now let us try to understand the role of hormones in the life cycle of insects and frogs. So let us see the role of hormones in the life cycle of insects and frogs. Insects and frogs. You have learned in your previous class about the life history of silk moth. Try to recall the stages of life history of silk moth. Life history of silk moth. What are the stages? Stages involved are eggs leading to larva. What is the larva of silk moth called? Caterpillar, isn't it? Caterpillar, larval stage and then adult. So, which are the stages of life history of silk moth? Eggs larval form, which is called caterpillar, and adult stage. So when the eggs hatch into larva, after undergoing many changes, larva becomes an adult. What do we call this transformation of larva into adult? It is called metamorphosis. In the last lesson also, you have learnt about metamorphosis. What is metamorphosis? Try to recall. Transformation of a larva into an adult. Transformation of a larva into an adult after undergoing many changes is called metamorphosis. And try to recall in lesson 9 in reproduction in animals, you have learnt about the life history of frog also. Life history of frog. Recall the stages of life history of frog. What it is? Eggs, larvae. What are the larvae called? Tadpoles. Larvae of frogs are called tadpoles, and after undergoing many changes, tadpoles become adults. Means they change into frog. So in insects also, this metamorphosis or the life cycle transformation of larva into an adult is under the influence of insect hormones. So it is controlled by insect hormones. So metamorphosis in insects is controlled by insect hormones, and in frogs also this metamorphosis or life cycle is under the influence of a hormone called thyroxine. So which hormone regulates the life cycle here? Life cycle is regulated by life history of frog. It is life cycle of frog is regulated by thyroxine hormone. So the changes which the larva undergoes to become an adult, that is due to the hormone called thyroxine hormone secreted from which gland? Thyroid gland. So what happens? This thyroxine hormone, as I said, its production needs iodine in water. So production of thyroxine hormone requires iodine in water. So metamorphosis in frogs or life history of frogs, it is regulated by a hormone called thyroxine secreted from thyroid gland, and production of thyroxine hormone requires sufficient iodine in water. What happens if sufficient iodine is not present in the water in which tadpoles are growing? Suppose there is less iodine or iodine is not there in the water in which tadpoles are growing, they do not become adults. So I hope you have understood how thyroxine hormone regulate metamorphosis here. So in water in which tadpoles are growing, if it does not contain sufficient iodine, tadpoles will not become adults. Means they will not change into frogs at all. So this is how hormone controls the life cycle. Metamorphosis in frogs. In insects, insect hormones regulate the process. Like this is the role of hormones in the life history of insects and frogs. Now let us move on to another topic, reproductive health. What is health? Can you define the term health? Reproductive health. Can you define the term health? It is nothing but physical and mental well-being of an individual is nothing but health. So health is defined as, what is health? It is defined as physical and mental well-being of an individual. Mental well-being of an individual. What is essential to be healthy? You have learnt in your previous class. To be healthy, balanced diet is very important. So to be healthy, what is very important? Balanced diet. So at any age, an individual needs balanced diet to be healthy. So what is balanced diet? You have learnt in your previous classes. The diet which contains all the constituents, carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, vitamins and minerals in adequate quantity or in the required quantity required by the body, it is called balanced diet. So for the all-round growth and development of the body, one needs a balanced diet. So to be healthy, one very important requirement is balanced diet. Not only that, physical exercise is very important. Physical exercise. So proper physical exercise and balanced diet are very essential to be healthy. Particularly adolescents need very proper diet. The diet of adolescents must be planned properly. Why it is so? Adolescence is the stage of rapid growth and development. They need a very nutritious diet for their growth and development. So what type of diet should be included? Balanced diet should be included. Indian meals which contains roti or rice, dal or pulses and sufficient vegetables and fruits in the diet will be a balanced diet in our country. Not you check your meal, lunch and dinner whether you are including all these carbohydrates and lipids which provide us energy producing food. Which are they? Cereals like rice, wheat, ragi, etc. and sugar also provides energy. Jaggery and sugar and lipids, oils and fats must be included to get energy. So these food are called energy giving food. These must be included in our daily diet. Not only that, body building food, proteins, dals, pulses, meat, milk, these provide us proteins. So we must include sufficient proteins in our diet daily. Not only that, vitamins and minerals must be included in the form of vegetables and fruits, so that our daily diet must contain all the constituents in proper proportions required by the body. Then we will grow healthy. Particularly adolescents need very healthy and nutritious diet. Have a healthy, nutritious and balanced diet daily. Then milk for infants. What is the balanced diet? Mother's milk give nourishment to infants, and milk itself is considered as a complete food, means it has balanced food in it. So milk also is a balanced diet. So let us have balanced diet. Physical exercise, regular physical exercise and walking is very essential for all to be healthy. So let us, and for you adolescents, you must play out in the outdoor in fresh air. So walking, regular exercise and playing outdoor in fresh air will help to be healthy. So to be healthy, you have to practice exercises daily, regular exercise also, walking also, and then play in the fresh air. So you will be certainly healthy. Don't addict to mobile. That is not good for health. Play outside in the fresh air, which help you a lot. you will be fresh and healthy. Fit and strong also by physical exercise and walk. Let us continue in the next class. Take care. See you.